Alright, so hey guys, I'm ZeldaMaster, and in this video, I want to do something a bit different. And that is kind of go down memory lane and react to some old Zelda commercials. And the reason for that is because, I have to say, some of these commercials didn't age too well, or just were a bit bizarre for its time. Yeah, just seeing Link act out of character and enjoy a drink that he's essentially advertising is so weird. Pretty much Link endorses Miranda. So next time you drink an orange drink, just know Link endorses that. So, heck yeah. Okay, with that out of the way, we're gonna go ahead and move on to actual commercials about the games, not using the games to advertise something else. And I feel like it'd be best to start from the very first Legend of Zelda game, the original Legend of Zelda for the NES. So let's see how commercials were when they were first advertising this masterpiece of a series. Here we go.
Watch Zelda become a legend on your Nintendo Entertainment System.
Zelda!
Which way to go?
Good time. Pee hand.
Lever!
Zelda! Zelda! Zelda!
The Legend of Zelda. A never-ending adventure new for your Nintendo Entertainment System.
Zelda!
Yeah, that was something. Honestly, I feel like if this was the first commercial I've seen of The Legend of Zelda, I would not be interested. Okay, here's one a bit more hip, a bit more hop, one that you can get down to, one for the kids, one for the cool, yeah, let's just watch this.
Did you see the latest Nintendo newsletter?
Whoa, nice graphics. I'd like to get my hands on that game.
You mean you haven't played it yet? We can play it on my Nintendo Entertainment System. It's the Legend of Zelda, and it's really rad. Those creatures from Ganon are pretty bad. Octoroks, Tektites, Levers too. But with your help, our hero pulls through. Yeah, go Link, yeah, get Zelda.
Awesome.
Intense.
The Nintendo Entertainment System. Your parents help you hook it up. The Legend of Zelda sold separately.
Okay, so you thought the last one had some pretty hip-hop raps? Well, get ready for this one. This one is actually pretty good if you ask me, so let's go ahead and give it a watch.
Down with Zelda from the very start. I got the heart, it's Mars to play the part. Down with Zelda. Creeping through with an overhead view, cause a man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. So I stay on track, collect the facts, never cut slack, and I always watch my back for jacks. Down with Zelda, yeah. Don't understand, I'm the man with the plan, cause the power's in my head and the power's in my hand. Down with Zelda.
Game Boy sold separately.
Oh yeah, you remember that Game Boy sold separately. But okay, so this one was obviously for Link's Awakening for the Game Boy, and I have to say it was pretty good. Obviously, again, it still doesn't advertise the game in any sort of way. You have no idea what you're gonna play. It's just a dude rapping, but I don't know, I like this one. I feel like this one would interest me more in the game.
It's the Legend of Zelda, and it's really rad.
But I kind of want to watch one that isn't about a rap, that's also for Link's Awakening. That's even more bizarre, so let's get into that. This is absolutely bizarre in every sort of the way. But speaking of bizarre and them using puppets to make Zelda commercials, they actually made another one for Four Swords. So let's go ahead and see that one.
Game Boy Advance.
戦い方は切り次第。4人でワイワイ大冒険。4つの剣。そして神々のトライフォースも。2つの伝説が1本に。ゼルダの伝説、神々のトライフォース &4 つの剣。
Okay, this next trailer is actually for Oracle of Ages and Seasons, and it is by far one of the most coolest trailers I feel like Zelda has ever had, because it really emphasizes on the grand adventure the game has for you. So let's watch this one.
Zelda returns to Game Boy Color in an adventure too big for just one game. Rated E for everyone, each game sold separately.
Get into it.
Okay, so if you thought Zelda commercials that featured rap in it were a bit weird, imagine a full-on musical for a Zelda commercial. Yes, this is the commercial for A Link to the Past for Japanese, and I have to say it's one of the best commercials out there because of just how hilarious and bizarre it gets. So let's play it. That ending of just, you can hear Ganon at the very end. He looks so freaky here, but in general, yeah, just an overall bizarre commercial that, again, really says nothing about The Legend of Zelda. If you watch these commercials, you have to already know The Legend of Zelda exists, or you're gonna be pretty confused. Okay, most of the commercials we've seen don't really give a good representation on how the game is actually gonna be. But I feel like this one does it the best out of all of them. And that is because this is a commercial for Majora's Mask. If you played Majora's Mask, you know the sense of dread and doom the game gives you. And this commercial gives you exactly that. So let's watch it.
One hope. Rated E for everyone.
The world is waiting on you. That is, oh my god, the chills I get. That is a commercial if I've seen one. It has nothing to do with the gameplay still, but it does give you a feeling of what you're gonna get during the game. The game is about inevitable doom that you're trying to stop. Seeing this commercial, that's exactly what I get. And yeah, I absolutely love how just awesome this commercial is. I don't remember watching it when I was a kid. I feel like in general I missed out on all of these commercials, but I would have loved to see this one because it would have totally wanted me to get Majora's Mask as soon as I watched it. So yeah, really, really cool to say the least. Now this next commercial is actually for the Minish Cap, and I actually do remember watching this one on TV. I have to say it was pretty badass, so.
Mystic, microscopic, conqueror. You can use the power of the Minish Cap to get small, unlock clues, and save Hyrule. The Legend of Zelda, the Minish Cap, only for Game Boy Advance. Rated E for everyone.
Okay, now this commercial I remember actually watching on TV, and this was around the time I was getting more into the internet, so this is like one of the last commercials I remember seeing, but I absolutely loved it. Because I was a huge fan of Spirit Tracks, which is what the commercial is for, and I thought just overall seeing a Zelda commercial nowadays, at least back then, was really cool because I haven't seen one in like such a long time. So this was like one of the first Zelda commercials I've seen in like a couple years since like Wind Waker and Minish Cap and whatnot, but I absolutely loved it. So yeah, here we go.
Next stop, Hyrule. Link and Zelda team up in an all-new epic adventure, The Legend of Zelda, Spirit Tracks. Rated everyone 10 and up.
Such an amazing commercial. I love the little glimpse of Hyrule as well when the guy walks out. It reminds me of literally how Spirit Tracks is structured, just empty fields with, you know, tracks for the Spirit Train. I love this commercial, so yeah, I had to show it off. Now this commercial is meant to ride on the nostalgia of old school fans. Someone who played the original Legend of Zelda and is still an avid fan till today. I really like the concept of this Zelda commercial, so let's watch it.
Your adventure with Link began in the 1980s. You were new to gaming, and he was ready to show you the way. As time went by, you grew up, you changed, as did he. Together you ventured into new territories of battle, of quests, of facial hair. Your life had purpose, to rescue Zelda at all costs. Now the quest calls again for you and the next generation. Introducing The Legend of Zelda, Skyward Sword for Wii. Improved motion controls let you slash and chop like never before. And your nunchuck controller stands at the ready to help you fend off enemy attacks. It's time for you to join with the new generation and go to the next level. The Legend of Zelda, Skyward Sword for Wii.
That's gonna be me with my child with Breath of the Wild 5 or whatever game we're on. I don't think it's gonna continuously be Breath of the Wild sequels, but my point is, whatever Zelda game is in the future, I'm definitely gonna try to enjoy it with my kid. I think it's a pretty sweet commercial, to say the least. You know, just kind of seeing someone take their passion and share it with their child and whatnot. I love it. And Skyward Sword was the 25th anniversary, but it was the perfect Zelda game to kind of do it, because it was 25 years. This person has grew 25 years since that first Legend of Zelda game, and yeah, just seeing that progression is pretty nice. Now the next commercial is for Majora's Mask 3D, and similar to the original Majora's Mask, it uses some live action bits to give you a sense of dread that our real world is in danger of the moon crashing down. I want to say it's not as good as the original, but it's still pretty cool and kind of fits for this, you know, re-release of Majora's Mask, it being on the 3DS. So yeah, let's watch it.
The time has come, and the clock is ticking. There are just 3 days left to save the world. Transform yourself with mysterious masks and bend time to your will to become the hero Termina deserves. The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D, only on Nintendo 3DS.
Now, Nintendo actually made a Japanese version of the Majora's Mask commercial, but this time it's a lot more simple. It's not involving the entire world reacting to one boy playing the game to stop the moon from crashing. Instead, it's more frightening because it's kind of like how I felt like when I would play the game by myself in my room. So let's watch this.
あなたはまだ月の怖さを知らない。任天堂64ゼルダの伝説ムジュラの仮面メモリー拡張パック
Shut the end. Oh, you can't take it. Literally my feels exactly with Majora's Mask. Well, I do prefer the English one just because it's more serious and intense and you can really get that sense of dread. This is an anxiety fest. Like, this is how you truly feel when playing the game. You're just terrified. At least when I was younger, I was exactly like that. It was just so spooky and freaky, and just the whole time construct did not help knowing I was under time with every step that I made. Now, while Nintendo had a lot of live action like Zelda trailers in the past, the more recent trailers have been more focused on the game's gameplay and not so much the live action gimmick they go for. But here is a Link Between Worlds trailer that actually has some live action and is very well done, to say the least. While I always find the live action bits a bit weird and it doesn't necessarily represent the game because you're playing the game, so might as well just show gameplay. I think this is very well done, to say the least, so let's watch it.
To become a legend, you must be willing to risk everything. There is no challenge you can't overcome. No danger you can't escape. And no dungeon you can't solve. You can use Link's new powers in an all-new adventure to conquer Hyrule's ancient dungeons. The Legend of Zelda, A Link Between Worlds. Only available on Nintendo 3DS and 2DS. Rated E for everyone.
Okay, here's a pretty bizarre Four Swords commercial that I'm just gonna let the commercial do all the talking.
Woe be me. For with this sword I have unleashed an evil wind that has taken our beloved princess. Our journey is fraught with danger, but together we four might overcome the mage's dark magic. Only then will all the maidens be released, and our princess, once again, be rescued.
Who are you?
The Legend of Zelda, Four Swords Adventures, only for Nintendo GameCube. Rated E for everyone.
Okay, now this commercial is for Skyward Sword, and it incorporates some live action in it. It doesn't really make any sense, but I think it's really cool, so let's give it a watch.
What it takes to wield the sword. Embark on the most challenging Zelda adventure yet. The Legend of Zelda, Skyward Sword, only on Wii. Rated everyone 10 and up.
Alright, so you want an epic Zelda commercial? Well, apparently this commercial here is meant to be a live action epic commercial for Link to the Past. Let me know if it really sells it to you.
This time it calls you to the ultimate battle of good against evil. To a quest few are prepared for, and fewer still survive. But perhaps now the power is within your grasp.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Link does, I know Link screams, but he's not like...
It's the game that's already a legend. The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. Only on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Now you're playing with superpower.
Okay, this Japanese commercial is for Ocarina of Time, and I feel like it may be just kind of either referencing Link's many grunts, or maybe just the person playing this game is very attracted to Link or something. I don't know, but let's just watch it.
Nintendo 64 Zelda
It just reminds me of Zelda NPCs. Like, literally, she is reacting like how a Zelda NPC would. Just grunts and ooh, ah, stuff like that. That's all you hear is Zelda NPCs say. And to me, this is the definition of it in a commercial. Now, while the premise of this video was to watch older Zelda commercials and kind of see how they were back then, granted most of them were pretty bizarre, some of the more recent Zelda commercials slash ads have been pretty interesting, and I feel like they're worth checking out as well. This one is for Link's Awakening for the Nintendo Switch, the remake, and I absolutely love it because it has a song that's pretty much featured just for the commercial in a sense. So let's give it a listen. This is a Japanese commercial for Link's Awakening.
夢よどうか覚めないで君は願うけれど夢はその島はどこにもないけど確かにある任天堂スイッチゼルダの伝説夢を見る島
So kind of like how the game is, the commercial feels like a dream. I think this is such a good commercial, and it really shows how Nintendo have changed their standards with commercials now. Obviously, with the access of the internet and being able to see everything the game has to offer, they just kind of give you these short little trailers that showcase it in a way. And just the music that they had, it was a actual, you know, vocal version of the Ballad of the Windfish. And it just sounds so beautiful. I would love to listen to an entire version of it, and I kind of wish it made its way into the game, but I don't believe it has. Obviously, only the instrumentals kind of make its way into the game, but you're never going to hear actual, you know, voices in Zelda outside of the little grunts and whistles and whatnot, but that was actual lyrics, and yeah, it was really nice to hear. Before anyone says Breath of the Wild was voice acting, still, we never heard like a full-on Zelda song in a Zelda game of, you know, a character actually singing. The closest we got to that was Zelda in Skyward Sword when she would sing the goddess's music, but obviously in a different language. So it was kind of just like gibberish, but yeah, I believe this was actually in Japanese and it sounded absolutely beautiful, so I had to show it. Now this next commercial I think is actually very sweet in what Nintendo went for. It actually has the late comedian slash actor Robin Williams featured in the commercial along with his daughter Zelda Williams. And for those who don't know, Robin Williams actually named his daughter after Zelda because of the video game franchise, and this commercial kind of explains that whole thing. And overall, I just think this is a very sweet one. It's not bizarre in any sense of the way, but it was nice for Nintendo to do something like this, and yeah, it's just overall a very heartwarming commercial, so let's watch it.
The first time I saw you, I knew we'd be linked forever. For you, I traveled to the four corners of the world. I faced adversity. I became a hero.
Dad.
I saved your kingdom.
Dad.
Yes, Zelda?
Are you mixing me up with the princess again?
Hard to say. You're both pretty magical.
Okay, I think that about does it for this video. I just kind of wanted to take a trip down memory lane and kind of view some of these commercials with you guys and react to them. There actually is a lot more Zelda commercials. I downloaded so much of them on a hard drive of mine that I pulled out, and literally they're just too many to watch in one sitting. That if you guys do want a part 2, leave a like. Granted, I feel like most of the bizarre commercials were featured in this video, but if you're just interested in Zelda commercials in general, let me know, and I'll definitely try to watch the ones I didn't watch, and let me know which ones you want me to check out if I missed any in the comments below. Overall, let me know what you think of this video in general, as I just kind of want to try something different, and if you have anything similar to this in mind that you want me to try out, or just in general a video you want me to look into, especially regarding The Legend of Zelda, please let me know in the comments below. But anyways, be sure to subscribe for more content like this coming soon. I have a lot more videos in the works, and just in general, I think it'd be really fun to kind of, you know, look at Zelda in the past, and, you know, just in general, yeah, I'm really excited just to get back to videos. So please show your support. I would really appreciate it. But anyways, that about does it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. I've been ZeldaMaster, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!